Meanwhile, 17 state Labor MPs across the country are calling on the Albanese government to expand visa access for Palestinian refugees. Liz, what do you make of this call?
Well, it's not surprising coming from 17 Labor MPs.
Yeah.
So we already know this is a government that is quite pro-Palestinian. They've done very little to hide that. They have been quite one-sided from the get-go. And this is just an extension of that. Most Australians were horrified to hear that shortly after the terror attacks of October 7, we already had 800 Gazans that had been given visas. Now, we found out later, thanks to proper inquiries happening, that some of those were sanctioned within an hour.
Oh,
so
extraordinary.
no proper security checks were being done there. Of course, this is incredibly concerning to everyday Australians. And I do believe if this went to a vote, there's no way the majority of Australians would want to see more people from Gaza. We know that is an extremely radicalised part of the world.
Refugees from Gaza. Let's get it straight.
We know
here.
75% of just everyday citizens of Gaza were supportive of the acts of terror that happened on October 7 by their own admission. And that's the way they've been raised.
Yeah.
That's what that is what they passionately believe.
Justin, what do you think?
No, look, we're talking about refugees here. That's the key word. I mean, we're not just, we would hope that they're not just opening the gate to anyone from anywhere in the world. We're talking about genuine refugees. Now, the last time I checked, in this country, we still had the compassion to take refugees, people who have been persecuted, people who are starving, people whose backs are up against the wall and have no other place to go. These people, if these people are genuine refugees, how can you compassionately keep them out?
Well,
I mean,
we're not
it's totally
being
changing what Australia
Justin,
is all about.
As I just explained, we have not been reassured.
If you were reassured, would you accept? Well, let me ask you this question: would you accept any refugees from Palestine?
We have already been made aware that the proper security checks and balances aren't in place with regards to these refugees.
Would you accept any refugees from Palestine?
I do not care where refugees are from, and I do not care as to the colour of their skin. I do care whether they share Australian values or not, because what we are seeing in this country and what we have already discussed at the top of this segment, the very inconvenient fact that we have already let a lot of people into this country who don't agree with our values.
And who's going to be the final arbiter on what Australian values are in this world? Who's going to be doing
Gaza
that?
Saying 75% of Gazans support the actions that Hamas
Don't get away
took
from the
on
question.
October 7. I find it very
What are you
hard
going to do?
believe.
How are you going to prove that people fall into Australian values? Do they need zinc on their nose and wearing thongs? I mean, what's it going to? What do you class as a genuine refugee?
I would settle, Justin, for just standard security checks.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah.
But we already know that the Albanese government hasn't been doing due diligence.
I'm fine on that too.
There needs to be a level of stringent security checks here. But look, I want to ask you both here, because Westfield Bondi Junction, the site, of course, of Saturday's horror massacre, will reopen tomorrow for a day of reflection without retail trade before beginning to resume normal business on Friday. Liz, that's an appropriate move in your view?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, good luck to them trying to reopen at all. This would have been an extremely big blow. Who wants to frequent it at the moment?
No.
Just days within it happening.
No.
But yeah, we will see that on Thursday, like you say.
Yep.
And I'm sure that a lot of mourners and well-wishers will be there. If anything, it will be quite bonding for those who have worked there for a long time, seeing each other again and just having people to talk to who has shared the experience with them.
Correct, because there'd be a lot of people that still wouldn't even want to return to work, Justin, under the circumstances, and then that's absolutely fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I couldn't agree more, and I don't know, our heart just goes out to those people, and there's never going to be a good time for the shops to reopen there. There's no, you could leave it for 2 years and then open them up again, and people will still, be tiptoeing in there and just feeling awful about it. So, hopefully for the shops and the people that work there and for the local people, that they can just get some of that normality coming back over time.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, quick change of pace to end this segment. Meghan Markle has finally launched the first product from her new business venture, American Riviera Orchard. Embrace yourselves, strawberry jam. Now, it's been described as rustic with homemade labels and her own calligraphy. Liz, would you love to buy Meghan Markle's jam?
I can't even discuss this. Like, what on earth? She clearly hasn't made it.
Come on,
She probably designed the artwork. Yes, obviously. Love the
calligraphy, the handmade calligraphy.
Touch.
Yeah.
But wow, now we're just trying to shill products to raise some more millions for the Sussexes.
Quick final comment from you, Justin. What do you think?
Look, I'm a marmalade kind of guy myself. I don't think I'll be indulging in Meghans Jam. I think I might just give this one a little pass.
Yeah, I think all of us are going to pass on Meghan Markle's homemade jam. That's one thing we can actually all agree on. Would you believe it? Justin Smith, Liz Storer, we'll see you again a bit later. Thank you.